So this C63 Sealander GMT is my favorite watch in my collection, and I've owned it now for 6 months. So this video, I'm going to be doing a review of that time and give you how I feel about it. So I want to start this video echoing what I said in my post on the channel and addressing my previous video and apologizing to you guys once again. When I bought that strap, again, the pictures had none of the branding on it. And when I got it, I should have known, but it didn't really register to me that this was a fake. I kind of was just like, well, it has the branding. That's weird, but I guess whatever. And that was an oversight for me. That was a mistake on my part. I apologize. I'm not too big or too proud ever to say when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. So I hope you forgive me for that. So let's move on to the watch. This watch I got in September of 2024. So I've had it now for 6 months, and I'm going to go over a few different sections on it. So let me start off with an introduction. At the time, my collection consisted of the little gold Seiko, my first watch that I have, and my PRX. So both of those are phenomenal, great watches, but I wanted to get something that I felt was more everyday. And I also wanted a white dial watch. I had a few other considerations at the time. The one that was the heaviest in consideration was the Orient Mako. This watch with the white dial looks very, very similar to this C63 Sealander GMT. That's a dive watch, but it has the same steel bezel and it's significantly cheaper. And that watch I think is about $240, $250, where this watch ended up costing about $1,500. I was, very, very close to going with that one, but I decided against it. I decided I wanted to try something that was a bit higher in price, and I ended up being really happy that I did. But that watch seems great, and if that's the budget you're looking for, I think that's probably a really good choice. The other one I was in consideration for was the Doxa Sub 200 in white, and this is a really nice watch as well, at least from the pictures. However, what it lacked for me was it doesn't have any pop of color on it. It's all white. It also has a white bezel, which I didn't like as much as the steel bezel. Two other ones I was looking at was the Citizen Tsuyosa in white and the Citizen Zenshin titanium. Both of those were nice, but I kind of wanted to get away from the integrated sports bracelet since I already had that with the PRX. As far as how I've used this watch over the past 6 months, it's been an everyday style watch. From the moment that I got it, and I'm gonna get into the unboxing next, I was just in love with it. I ended up wearing it every single day for months and months and months until I picked up the next watch that I got, and it's perfect for everyday wear. It's very neutral in color, obviously, and the sizing is great. It's very comfortable. All things I'm gonna get into later, but it was a daily wear for me. So now for my initial impressions of the watch. The unboxing experience was awesome, and they do a phenomenal job with this wooden box. I'll put a video here and some pictures of when I first got it, but I was just like, whoa, this is so nice. It was an odd shape. It's sort of a rectangle and it slides out from the bottom, and this thing was crazy. If you own a CW and you've experienced this unboxing, please leave me a comment down below and share your experience, because I thought it was the best, and that's the unboxing experience that I look at the most fondly when I look back on it. So now to wearability and comfort. You might disagree with me. You might say that I'm wrong. I don't care. I think that this watch is on par exactly. They're even with the Tudor that I have, the Black Bay 58, as far as comfort. It is an extremely comfortable watch to wear. And the bracelet is just better than the Black Bay 58. This one has on-the-fly micro adjustment. It is the butteriest, smoothest bracelet to the touch of any bracelet that I own. The weight is not on the light side. It actually feels heavy, but not too heavy. It feels premium, but not a burden on your wrist. The clasp quality is very, very nice. It's a milled clasp. It's very easy to use. I prefer these 2-button clasp as opposed to the locking where I have to pick at it with my finger. It's great. And as far as styles and outfits to wear this with, it's definitely a tool watch. It has a tool watch aesthetic, but this is a watch that you can take out hiking and you can wear every day to the office if you're in a casual setting. It's a cool watch. It's a watch you throw on with a sweater. It's a watch you wear with a t-shirt, with a hoodie. I think it looks really nice. In my opinion, the aesthetic of this watch is everyday and outdoorsy. Very tooly, very rugged looking watch. I'll put the specs on the screen somewhere as well, but the 39mm case with this shorter lug to lug fits really well on my 6.5-inch wrist. Also, for a 39mm watch, the dial on this 39mm is bigger than other dials. The dial to bezel ratio really favors the dial. So I think that as far as wrist presence, this 39mm has more of it because it has a bigger dial while still maintaining a good lug to lug that fits a wide variety of wrists. For performance and accuracy, I am probably the wrong channel to discuss that because I end up switching out my watches all the time. So the 56-hour power reserve, I blow through it and my watches stop working. So I'm always having to set the time again. I will say that it has a very comfortable experience with setting the time. The crown has plenty of room for you to twist and it feels really nice to use. According to the website, this watch is plus or minus 20 seconds per day, but this is not something that I tested personally. So if accuracy is something that you're looking for, perhaps there is another video that can give you more information on that. Now, to durability and build quality. This is a watch that I have certainly beat the crap out of since I've owned it. You'll notice that there are some little dings on the bracelet. I've definitely scratched up the clasp a little bit wearing it at my desk and different places, but it's held up so well. I mean, I've hit this thing on everything all the time. Any dings that I haven't really showed up too much on the case or anything. And the light catcher sandwich style to the case, I think, prevents the appearance of scratches from being a real problem. Also, the steel bezel doesn't really absorb scratches very well. So, I mean, it looks almost as nice as the day that I bought it, in my opinion. I'd be comfortable taking this anywhere and doing anything with it. By comparison, obviously a much cheaper watch, and I don't hate on this at all. I love this piece, but it has a very flimsy bracelet and it jangles and you can hear it, right? But the C63, solid. The best comparison would probably be the Black Bay. I honest to God, feel no difference between the bracelets on these two watches. I just think that it's so impressive that this Christopher Ward bracelet is on par with the Black Bay bracelet. Now to the standout features of this watch, the little orange tip to both the second hand and the GMT hand look great. The trident at the end of the second hand is so cool. It's so cool if you're into the look of it. I think it looks awesome. The indices, I mean, this is not a single standout feature. It's many different standout features, but all these things are what led me to be so blown away when I got this piece. So as far as pros, pretty much this entire video has been pros, but as far as cons, if I had to point out a few things, I could say that the dial is very flat. It doesn't have that sunray finish that some of the other Sealanders have. It's just a totally flat white. Another thing that people tend not to like, and it's kind of you like it or you don't for this watch, is the logo. Some people think it looks kind of like some cheap Chinese brand logo or something, but I always thought that it was pretty cool that it is the British flag and the Swiss flag fitting together. And maybe one other con is that this watch sort of has a more round dial than other watches I've noticed. I don't know how to put this. I almost feel like if you compare it to the Tudor, which is the same size, the Christopher Ward width-wise stands out and sticks out a bit more than the Black Bay does. So let's go to the value for money. Do I think that this watch is still worth the price? Absolutely, 100%. I think that this is a deal for $1,500. Like, it feels like they really cared about making this watch, and hats off to Christopher Ward, man. You guys are just, you killed it with this watch, and I know you guys are doing great things with the Bel Canto as well. I gotta get my hands on one of those, but I'm so happy with this piece. So final verdict, would I buy it again? 100%, 10 times. Am I gonna keep this watch forever? I'm not getting rid of this thing. Who is it best suited for? Probably outdoorsy people, people that can dress casually in the office, and people that love tool watches. And my overall thoughts on the C63 Sealander GMT is that it is a phenomenally built, phenomenally done watch that deserves recognition and deserves praise from the watch community. I hope that you get to experience and enjoy this watch as much as I have. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you know when I post another video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.